Hello, I'm Sunny Chandra. I'm standing as an independent for the position of Senator for Victoria. And I'm standing on several issues, one of which is regional development, and one of which is renewable energy, and one of which is close to my heart, which is immigration. I've been an immigration advisor and a consultant for 10 years here in Melbourne. And I am myself a immigrant. I came to this country 44 years ago, and I've been very lucky. I've raised a family, and I've been involved in large businesses, and I've also run a small business in a cafe in Coburg. And we have had a great life as a family. And people here, I live in this little town called Kyneton, which is about 85 kilometers northwest of Melbourne, and people ask me sometimes, and what country are you from? Where are you from? And I say, I'm a refugee. And they say, oh dear, where from? And I say, from Northcote. And we all have a good laugh, because really there's a great deal to be said for regional growth by having people coming and live in the region. And I want to show you a little article that's in this month's Royal Automobile magazine. It's called The Rural Dilemma, and this is the magazine, by the way. Oh, you'll see it upside down. It's the Royal Auto. And the Rural Dilemma, the reading says, as Melbourne strains under rampant population growth, some regional centres are struggling to survive. The key may lie with our newest residents. Now, this brings me to immigration. Some people say, look, we've got too many people already. We're already overpopulated. What are we going to do? We don't want much more population. And, for example, Pauline Hanson's party has got a policy statement that she says no more than 60,000 immigrants per year. And that also she has got things of where they should come from, what religion they should be or not be. And I say to that, look, you've forgotten. These people are already here. There's over 500,000 people on temporary residence visas already in Australia. What are you going to do with them? They're here. They come from all the countries of the world. They come with speaking from different languages, different religions. They're a welcome addition to the country. Why? Because we are getting older. Australians are living longer, their health is good, but at some stage they're going to need care when they grow old. Who will look after them? We need young people. We're not borning, if that's a word, enough children to look after the people who are growing older. So we need immigrants. Now, to link immigration with the sort of dastardly thing that happened in Christchurch is silly. It is just as silly as trying to link domestic violence or family violence with the number of people getting married. Are you going to say that, hey, listen guys, don't get married, because if you get married, you're going to risk domestic violence? Now that is just as silly as saying, let's not have immigrants coming in, and certainly not Muslim immigrants or people from certain countries or cultures, because that would lead to violence. That's rubbish. And I was looking at the discussion on a radio channel, a TV channel, and there's a well-respected presenter, and Koshi just made a fool of himself. I don't have much time for Pauline Hanson's politics, but I think the sort of bullying tactics that Koshi did at that time was awful. The other thing is, it just degenerated into a cat and dog show. The cat was Pauline Hanson, and she was hissing and shouting, and the dog was our own very own senator. And he, although he says he leads a justice party, he also was just as shouty and bullying. And I got to say to you, I was very disappointed in these two senators. And Darren Hinch, come on, mate, you've been around for a long time. You know this is no way to behave. And just trying to make a political issue out of a tragic incident where people lost lives, nearly 50 people, is despicable. You should be ashamed of yourselves, the two of you, when we have got much bigger issues to deal with, like population. Where are we going as a country? Who's going to look after our economy? What is happening about renewable energy? What is happening about regional development? Look, I could say much more, but that's enough for now. Go to my website, www.Sunny4Senate, that's the number 4, Sunny4Senate.com. Thank you very much. Goodbye.